seen anything like that. No good. Wide right.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go in the end zone. He's going to go in the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, where we talk the sports and other stuff like nature. Dave, why are fish so smart?
I don't know.
Because they swim in schools. I'm Bobby Tamburro, and here's the star of the program, Eastside, Dave McDonald.
And all I could say right now is go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Because the Knicks are on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. Good afternoon. This is the Davey Mac Sports Program on a May 18th, 2025. With me, Bobby Tamburro, extraordinary producer, but also back in action. He says he's going to make every single show until the end of time, despite the neck brace. Ladies and gentlemen, Roy, the Weasel, Harter.
Extraordinary paraplegic. That's
Still doing the Christopher Reeves Halloween contest. And we are proud of you for that. Hey, I do want to say to the Davey Mac Sports Program audience, if my computer fucking mysteriously shuts down and you see a black square all of a sudden, fear not. I will just call back with my phone. I don't know, Roy. My computer's been playing tricks on me today. It just shuts down automatically. I have to plug the computer into different outlets.
Yeah, that's what happens with technology from 1997, David. You've had that computer as long as I've known you.
Yeah, I get it. I'm in complete denial of ever having to get like another thing. Like if I get a television, I expect that television to work for the rest of my life. and when I get a computer, I want the computer to work forever. So even though, yes, this computer is ancient, you know, come on now. I mean, what is this shutting off and on automatically? The bad boy's plugged into the outlet right here. I've got there's got no reason for this type of temperamental behavior from a fucking computer, Robert.
I love that the way you describe the computer is how I describe all the relationships in my life. She's just shutting down for no reason. It's temperamental. I don't know what's going on. I got to try to find a magic fix. It should just work forever.
Every single girl Robert's ever been interested in has shut down at one point or another, just like C-3PO. Like, sir, if you don't mind, I might power off right now.
Hey, speaking of Robert, I mean, you're looking pretty tropical there, buddy. Where are you located? I see a Yeah, what's going on with you? You got
what's with the beach? You're at a beach, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm at Key West, Florida.
What? You're a pencil. So in case we have a new audience, and we always do, our numbers have been great lately. I'm Davey Mac from the Jersey Shore. Roy Harter's in Long Island. Robert's usually a piece of garbage from Pennsylvania. We call him PA trash. No, that's what Roy and I call Robert behind his back. Hey, what do you think? What do you think PA trash is going to fuck up on the show today, Roy? Will it be video or audio?
Oh, both.
But you're in where? Keyport?
I'm in Key West, Florida, at Comedy Key West.
Sorry, Keyport is the meth capital of New Jersey. I apologize. I got my keys. I got my keys mistaken.
Well, it's where you would expect me to be, right? If you think about Rob, he's probably at Keyport buying meth, not at Key West. They keep trashing me out usually.
So you're in Florida, huh?
What are you doing down there?
I'm performing at Comedy Key West. There's one more show tonight at 8:30 p.m. if you want to come out. I'm featuring for Aaron Berg. Been fun shows all weekend. Why not come get out of the sun for a little bit?
What's the name of the establishment?
Comedy Key West.
Comedy Key West. He's there. And there was a gentleman walking in the background. Was that Aaron Berg, or was that, do you have a new gay boyfriend? And again, Roy and I are not judging. We know
that was Aaron Berg.
Okay, I was going to say, we know you've struck out with the ladies before, and if you just decided to become one of the village people, Roy and I would understand completely. We don't judge on this show, man.
I am in Key West, and I went walking around after the show was a little high one night, and I started looking around, and there's this place called Dirty Harry's.
Oh, God.
Not an eye. And, Dave, it was metal and spikes gay. Like, I've never seen
that's
even New York gays couldn't handle
the fucking place from the fat guy from The Sopranos.
Yeah. Vito.
I think I saw him. Bar. I think I saw him there.
Uh-oh. I think we lost David. You know, I was about to say, between the three of our locations, we formed the perfect Bermuda Triangle, and I knew it wasn't gonna work out with David's technology. I knew his radar was eventually gonna go out.
I like that you blame the
all right, here we go. Am I back?
Bermuda Triangle, not the fact that his apartment just cut his power finally.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't pay your bills. Yes, David, you are back. And actually, I gotta admit, your camera on your phone is about 10 times better than the one on your actual 1997 computer laptop.
Okay, so my camera on my computer, I do use it is an HD camera.
Well, so guess what? This is actual HD now.
Do I have to do it this way or that? Is this okay, Robert? Or no?
The other way it was better, but this is okay.
Only because I can't see all three of you guys. Can you just give me a regular? Can you just give me a regular square, or are you going to get the black bars?
No, you look good.
You can put it the other way.
Well, I don't want to, is what I was saying, Robert, because I can't.
No, that way was fine. The way you had it was good. You looked great.
Okay, I'm going back to this fucking way, Robert.
That's
okay,
perfect.
All right, now
let's try to go the other rotation. I'm teasing.
Okay, don't fucking tease during fucking technical difficulties. He is the stupidest producer sometimes. I was so chill. I was so calm. I don't want to get mad at you because I'm mad at my technology. But Jesus Christ, the one time not to fucking tease is during a goddamn technical catastrophic meltdown that my stupid computer is doing. Now I don't know what the hell's going to happen. I swear to God, if this is a new issue, a new problem where my computer's going to fucking start shutting down, I'm jumping off a bridge. It's the last straw. Roy, I do want to thank Ronnie Archer, who bought some Davey Mac Ron Fez paraphernalia, and he actually helped keep the lights on. That is why I know that my electricity is just fine, because I'm selling my shit, to generous, wonderful people who want it, and there it is. But listen, I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about the New York Knicks, my friend. Okay?
Yeah.
Because, like I said at the beginning of the show, first time in 25 years, the Knicks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay?
Nice.
Mike Breen even sounded incredible when he says, if you're under the age of 25, you've never seen the Knicks in an Eastern Conference Finals. If you're under the age of 52, you've never seen the Knicks win an NBA Finals. Now, Roy, that doesn't apply to you. You're 106 years old. But for the rest of us youngins, I've never, ever seen a Knicks championship. I've seen Notre Dame. I've seen Yankees. I've seen New York Football Giants. I've seen Jersey Devils. Okay, I've seen all the sports teams that I root for. Majorly, though, it's the Yankees, Giants, and Knicks.
Right.
Notre Dame Fighting Irish football is close. And that's my Mount Rushmore. The Devils make the top 5 because you got to choose a hockey team, so I choose the only Jersey pro sports team. But basically, Yankees, Giants, Knicks have hurt my life, and I've never seen the Knicks win a championship. That's crazy.
Unbelievable, David. So once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
This is it, buddy. Let me tell you guys one thing right now. Jalen Brunson is the best point guard in the NBA. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. He's not just the best point guard in the Eastern Conference. He's the best point guard in the NBA. And he might be a top 3 player in the entire league.
Wow. Strong words from you, David.
This guy can do no wrong. He is every single playoff game, he shows up. Every single one. 23 points for Brunson in the game clincher. But that's not all. Robert's boy, who he just makes fun of, who he equates to, Richard Simmons, essentially, is what is how Robert portrays Karl-Anthony Towns. Well, you know what Karl-Anthony Towns got me? 20 points and 11 rebounds. Okay? Can you still see me?
Not anymore.
Nope. That's better.
So I'm going to need, Robert, you to give me all of my show preps, because I can't see it because of my stupid computer. But listen, here's the bottom line. Actually, I could probably plug in my computer over here. But here's the bottom line. Karl-Anthony Towns showed up, Robert. What do you have to say about that?
Let me ask Roy a question. Roy, if you showed up for one out of every, 13 torpedo performances, would the band go, hey, Roy's really doing his part?
I'm going to say no.
And if for the 12 of other performances you were caught in the locker room blowing a dude, would they be like, oh, that's cool?
None of this happened, and none of this is happening with Karl-Anthony Towns, you goddamn liar. He has been fantastic in the playoffs. You're not going to have a great game unless you're Jalen Brunson, but look at everybody else. I mean, Jalen Brown had bad games in the playoffs. Jason Tatum had a bad game before he got hurt. And I don't want to hear any Celtics fan even try to give me, Jason Tatum. Stop it. We beat you 3 times with Jason Tatum. Games 1 and 2. Game 4, the Knicks were up by 9 points with 2 minutes and 50 seconds before Tatum got hurt. They're not losing that game. They're winning that game. So it was 3 times with Tatum on the court. I don't want to see this. Oh, what the hell? I just joined, and now I'm like in here twice.
Cool.
Hang on, I think I muted your phone. Oh, now you left with your phone.
I'm here.
You're good. You
Okay.
look beautiful.
So this is the bottom line here, folks. Okay. He was fantastic. Now listen to this. Okay.
May I ask you a
Mikal
Tatum
Bridges.
question?
What?
How badly does this guy want to be Kobe Bryant? Like,
Who?
he takes the pictures like him. He celebrates like him. Oh, he tears his Achilles like him. Like, just come on, man. Be your own player.
Oh, you're talking about Jason Tatum?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, if you said Tatum, that would have been a wonderful fucking comment.
I thought I said Tatum. Maybe it was the audio.
No, I'm sorry about that. But that is a good point. He is, I don't know. A lot of these guys are like all in love with Kobe, and then they don't realize that Kobe was in love with Jordan the whole time, and Jordan's the OG. Jordan's the best. And I don't care what LeBron James has to say, but I'm not getting sidetracked here by Robert. I am going forward because Mikal Bridges, 22 points, 2 blocks and a steal. OG Anunoby, who I told you about, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Josh Hart, triple-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. Deuce McBride with 10 points off the bench. Mitchell Robinson was a factor in the series. The Knicks didn't win Game 5, but when they tried the bullshit, pussy-ass strategy of hack Mitchell Robinson, the way they did with Hack-a-Shack, put the big guy on the free throw line, well, Mitchell Robinson was 6 for 6 in Game 5. So, what did I tell you guys last week? The Boston Celtics were talking like they had fucking Bird and McHale and Parrish and Bill Russell and Bob Cousy on the fucking team. I'm like, you guys won a championship, but recently in the NBA, has anyone noticed? A lot of teams are winning championships and then falling off the map. Milwaukee Bucks ring a bell. Fucking the Denver Nuggets ring a bell. They're playing Game 7. We'll get to that later. How about the Toronto Raptors? Does anyone even remember that in the last 6 seasons, the Toronto Raptors won a championship? No, they fell off the map too. That's what I was talking about with the Boston Celtics. Yo, boys, you're talking like you're the greatest fucking shit of all time. You ain't. Roy, comments.
I don't know half the teams you mentioned, David, so it's tough for me. But I will say this, that whole theory about hitting the top and then falling off the map, that's one of those facts of life. People get complacent once they get that, once they hit a certain...
Roy, they made a movie about it, baby. It's called Rocky 3. No.
That's right.
But that is the premise, that Rocky's doing these stupid commercials. He's like dressed up like Tarzan, shooting, fucking videos and shit. And while goddamn Mr. T, B.A. Baracus himself, Clubber Lang, is just killing people.
We call we call it champ fat, David.
Champ fat. Well, guess what, Boston Celtics? I would say this. It's not only just that the Celtics got champ fat. They got champ arrogance. Like, they didn't understand. Right now in the NBA, teams aren't repeating. And guess what? The Knicks were going to beat them with or without Jason Tatum. I said it before and I say it again. They beat him 3 times in this series with Jason Tatum. So stop it already. Tatum was all the Knicks defense was so much better than people realize. And again, I want to make this point. Everyone, except for Kendrick Perkins at ESPN, everyone at ESPN, go fuck yourselves. And that even includes Stephen A. Smith, because he's a Knicks fan and wasn't really backing him the way I was backing him. He was talking, like a little cowardly. Like, I don't know. They got to win here. I'm like, the Knicks are winning this thing in Game 6 in Madison Square Garden. It's happening. Stop all the, anxiety and tension. Be a confident sports fan. Kendrick Perkins has believed in the Knicks for the last 3 years. Give him credit. He has been all over how good Jalen Brunson was before anyone else in the media was. And he has been all over how good the Knicks are. But outside of him, you had Molly Karam. You had the girl on the inside the NBA or whatever her name is. But most importantly, you had that stupid fat fuck Brian Windhorst. Robert, show Roy a picture of Brian Windhorst. People say it's not right to body shame. I'm not body shaming. I'm simply observing the natural planet of Earth. It's unhealthy that a man 5'5", by the way, he's a short, tiny little guy. Like Roy, you're taller than Brian Windhorst. And for this guy to be this fat, how is he on television? I'm sorry, this ain't body shaming. This is good old-fashioned questioning of reality. Because now, not only is a big fat slob, he don't know shit about basketball. Because all he did was talk shit about the Knicks. Well, guess what, Wendy? We just fucked you in the ass, didn't we, buddy? We fucked you hard in the ass, Wendy. Did you Google a picture of Brian Windhorst to show Roy? Get a picture of him where we can see his whole body, you dummy. I'm not looking for a headshot. I'm looking for the fat. I love you, Robert.
Oh, Roy didn't like your fat shaming. He left.
I love you, Robert.
No,
You're doing a good job today.
I'm right here.
No, you didn't like the fat shaming, Roy.
You're doing a good job. Just find us a body of Brian Windhorst, that dope, with his whole goddamn body out, please, because I want Roy's comments. Roy, I'm serious. The guy's 5'5".
I thought you said you didn't know basketball.
All Brian Windhorst was doing before Game 6, first of all, after Game 4, yeah, I mean, you're not understanding. Can you get one head to toe to show how fat he is? They're covering.
I'm trying, Dave. You're going to find this hard to believe. It's almost like he doesn't want a picture of his body head to toe. So I'm trying, I promise.
Yeah.
Well, that's hysterical. I hope Wendy is telling his team, hey, scrub all the pictures of me at the fucking All-Star game where they showed me standing next to Kobe head to toe. I look like a fucking fat Smurf. God damn, Brian.
No worries, David. I could tell just from his from the shoulder picture that he's a pretty rotund young man. So
yeah, but if you see head to toe, you'd be shocked at how large. I mean, he's got to be 330 at about 5'5". It's extremely unhealthy. But here's the thing that Brian Windhorst I don't like. All right, Brian Windhorst grew up in the Midwest. There you go.
Okay.
There's Wendy. Now, if we could just close up on that, because Roy and I don't have a telescope to see that picture.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, that's him in his thinner days. He's gotten fatter since, just so you know. He's gotten way fatter since, Roy. But anyway,
Okay.
What I don't like about him is the same reason I don't like Joe Buck. Same exact reason. These Midwest guys, Brian Windhorst, he's from Ohio, and he started covering LeBron James in high school. Sounds a little stalkerish and weird to me. I mean, he was like, yeah, I've been following LeBron since he was sophomore year in high school. You were following around a 16-year-old? Wendy? I'm telling you, we're going to find some fucking pictures and files on Wendy's computer one day, and he's going to be removed from ESPN permanently. That's all I'm saying. But here's what I don't like. Because he's from the Midwest, just like Joe Buck, he doesn't understand the East Coast, that we're people of passion, energy, edge. And so they shit on New York sports teams, even Philly teams and Boston teams, for that matter, because our fan bases have edge, and they walk around like, no, the Midwest is the way to do it, where everyone's nice and kind. People don't really boo other people and this and that. And Cardinals fans, we're all nice people. We're just polite. We don't boo anyone. It's like, shut up. That makes you fine. That just makes you, though, Midwest applesauce to me. We're the East Coast. We call out shit. We criticize shit. People are constantly on the hot seat. But when you do good things, the energy is through the roof. Goddamn, New York City exploded on Friday night after the Knicks win. Did you see? There was like 5,000 people right there outside the Garden.
Like almost like a riot, David.
Yeah, it was crazy. And my point being, Brian Windhorst resents that. Guys like Brian Windhorst and Joe Buck, they resent that East Coast passion. New York, Philly, Boston, they hate it. And so what happens is it affects his analysis. He goes on ESPN and he's like, after game 4. That was the one they won. Yeah, after game 4 when Tatum went down. He's on the goddamn, he's there. Well, the story is Jason Tatum. It's not about the Knicks. No, it's about the Knicks, stupid. It's about the Knicks. No one wanted to see Jason Tatum went down, but it happened. And last year, Julius Randle wasn't on our playoff roster, and then Jalen Brunson broke his goddamn hand. OG Anunoby was destroyed the entire season. So shut up. We don't want to hear about your goddamn injury excuses because we were destroyed by injuries last year. So I don't want to hear that. Then, after the Knicks win the championship, he's like, wow, well, listen, I mean, I didn't expect that. But I'll tell you what, the Indiana Pacers really have a shot now to win their first championship in franchise history. Like, as soon as the Knicks win, he's like, this is good news for the Pacers. They're on their way to a ring. Because why? Because Indiana's in the Midwest. And because Fatso Windhorst has that stupid Midwest brain where they hate anything New York. Screw you, Windy. No, he sucks. Screw him.
What if we have Midwest listeners, David?
It's not that I don't love our Midwest listeners. I love them. They have the common sense to understand how shit works in other parts of the country and not judge. It's not about our listeners. I'm specifically calling out Brian Windhorst and Joe Buck. And I'm saying that mindset. Plenty of people. I have friends in Cleveland, for crying out loud. They're nice people. Okay. Plenty of people don't have that mindset. But these two do. And it's Midwest is Americana apple pie. And it comes out in their analysis of New York sports teams. Windy hates the Knicks. So I'm calling you out, Windy. Because guess what, baby? We just punched our ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. What do you think about that, Chubby? Huh? What do you think about that, Windhorst? Huh? Yeah, you got nothing. You got nothing for me, Windhorst. And that's the point, Roy.
Yeah.
Brian Windhorst can suck an elephant dick for all I care. I'm sick of the ESPN. I'm so happy, though, for the Knicks. I am walking on cloud nine. It's insane because now they're actually going to have home court advantage in the Eastern Conference Finals since they were the 3 seed and the Pacers are the 4 seed.
Oh, okay. Nice. So how many games do they have to win now before their championships? Before they're champions?
They got to win 8 more games. 4. It's a 4-game, 4 out of 7 series in the Eastern Conference Finals, 4 out of 7 in the NBA Finals. So they got to win. But I'm not looking. I'm not going to look past the Pacers. Yes, they have Tyrese Halliburton is very annoying, and Tyrese Halliburton, mark my words, he will have a game or 2 or 3 in this series. But Tyrese Halliburton is not nearly as consistent and talented as a scorer as Jalen Brunson. He isn't. Brunson is twice the scorer of Tyrese Halliburton. Pascal, what's his name? Siakam. I'm worried actually about that guy. He's kind of like a Derek White. All of a sudden you'll be like, Siakam has like 8 threes today. How did that happen? Miles Turner's a good player. Listen, they got good players on the Indiana Pacers. I'm not going to pull a Brian Windhorst and be disrespectful, but I just love the Knicks right now. And I want to give you a reminder of the brutal year and a half that it has been for the Dave Man. Life has been hard. So I've poured everything into my sports, Star Wars, and wrestling. And then they began to let me down. Star Wars gave me The Acolyte, the worst fucking television series of all time. Not just Star Wars, the single worst television show in the history of TV. So Star Wars kicks me in the balls. Then I got John Cena beating my man Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. So I'm heartbroken. And in terms of sports teams, don't forget what I've been through. The Yankees make it to the World Series, and they choke Game 5 away, up 5-0, a missed fly ball, errors all over the place, Volpe, Judge, the whole thing, and that goes to shit. And so, yeah, we get to the World Series, but it's crushing to lose. And then the New York Football Giants have the worst season of all time. And then Notre Dame gets to the championship game only to get destroyed by Ohio State. I keep getting this close. And it all falls apart. And it can't happen now with the Knicks. Davey Mac hanging by a thread, Roy. Sanity-wise, money-wise, you name it, Dad. And I need the sports championship. I need the Knicks to beat the Pacers. I have to have – they cannot lose to the Indiana Pacers. Reggie Miller scoring the 8 fucking points in 10 seconds. Or even last year, Tyrese Halliburton and those numbskulls defeating the Knicks and then bragging about it. Even though, like I said, the Knicks were completely dilapidated with injury. I'm fired up, though. I'm staying positive, and I'm fired up. And I simply demand ESPN and the rest of the media to give the Knicks the goddamn respect that they deserve. They don't respect Brunson. He's an elite top 3 player. Karl-Anthony Towns is a starting all-star. Sorry, Robert. Mikal Bridges is an unbelievable defensive player who hits big shots. OG Anunoby's developing into an all-star. OG Anunoby by next season, I want to see on the goddamn all-star team. Amazing defender, fantastic offensive player. I love OG. Deuce McBride coming off the bench. Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench. Josh Hart looking like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Blood coming down all over the place. This is a team, folks. This is a team. Just because you're ignorant of the Knicks, and I'm not talking about Davey Mac Sports Program fans. I'm talking about the ESPN assholes. Just because you, ESPN assholes, are ignorant of the roster and the talent doesn't mean that this team isn't great. They are. It means you're ignorant of the Knicks. It means you people haven't done your job. It means you don't understand how good this team is. Because a lot of people don't know who the Knicks are. Still, they know Brunson's on the team. They're starting to learn Jalen Brunson's on the team. They don't know the rest. They don't know how great this OG Anunoby is. They don't know the type of defense Bridges has brought to the table. They don't know it. I know it.
The good news is, Dave, if we look at history, the Knicks will definitely come through for you. And the fact that everybody's rioting in the city after making it to the Eastern Conference Finals doesn't really feel like we're gearing up for a letdown in any way whatsoever. I'm sure this is really going to work. And the fact that they're playing the historic Pacers that ESPN needs to push through.
I hate you right now. I hate you for the sarcasm and for trying to dampen my extremely excited spirits. Enthusiasm is pulsating from the Dave man today. I am so excited for this series. You have no idea. I need the Knicks to win, though. Go New York. Go New York. Go. Roy.
What happens if they don't win? What happens if you suffer another defeat, David?
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to go to Long Island. I'm going to get you in the car, and then me and you are going to drive off the George Washington Bridge.
Thelma and Louise it, huh?
If she wants to come, she can too. Let's be honest. The supermodeling career has stalled. She's a beautiful woman, but she's not getting on to fucking the Paris runway. She's in the goddamn Queens runway. Roy, remember when she was invited to Flute? She was invited to like some like abandoned factory by some creep who told her like, "I'm gonna do the painting, take off all your clothes." I'm like, Flutzy, if you do that goddamn fucking gig one more time, you're dead. He is so killing you and chopping your head off. This is the seediest, most New York City thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to be a supermodel.
Yeah.
You're taking your photo shoots in an abandoned Queens warehouse.
Yeah.
You're going to die.
You'd think she'd know all about Big A by now.
So in the other NBA, it was that the Nuggets and Thunder play today, Game 7. The winner advances to take on Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, and the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. And listen, this trade worked out for everybody. Karl-Anthony Towns has been a great – he's been a big guy that the Knicks have needed. Julius Randle, though, has played well in the playoffs. And Julius Randle – had getting the T-Wolves a triple-double the other day in postseason. So that's good stuff. So this thing benefited, I think, everybody, in my opinion. And that's your basketball right there. There's no surprise to me that ESPN keeps fucking up everything. They hate baseball, and they hate the Knicks. They have way too many Midwest dorks or guys. Again, it's not, if you're from the Midwest, don't take it personally. I'm saying in terms of just like the people on their show are just so vanilla, so generic vanilla, nothing going on, man. They're all just, hair and makeup people.
It's almost like they pick a bad stereotype of Midwest people, like they do with the dorky dad on sitcoms.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not trying to throw any cool person from Chicago or Cleveland or Detroit on the bus. I'm telling you, it's that very Caucasian, corny Midwest persona. They seem to like those type of people. I'm going to remind you about the two Sports Center douchebags that we showed you a photo of, Roy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember if you were here or not, so let's remind you. Roy, this is an advertisement for Sports Center. Now, it's got the two Sports Center anchors. One's getting his hair, and he's pointing to himself. The other guy is getting makeup applied to his face and is kind of looking at you like, I'd like to suck your dick.
Yeah. I mean, their eyebrows are way too coiffed to look like sports announcers, that's for sure.
This is a Sports Center ad. If you want to go on Twitter, I actually gave them an idea. I just Googled sports collage, and then I wrote Sports Center ESPN. That's all you need. How about getting athletes is my point. Having a collage of fucking athletes. Well, anyway, those two guys, they took down that ad, and they replaced it with another ad with these two guys. You want to see this one? Roy, this one's going to be very manly, right?
Okay.
Very manly. Robert, let's see this next photo of the Sports Center douches. Now they're giving each other piggyback rides, Roy.
Oh, come on now. Come on. I don't think ESPN knows their audience anymore.
Zoom in, Robert, because it's a piggyback ride. It smiles.
Yeah,
It looks very close to something in an ancient, Greece bathhouse.
Yeah, exactly. Don't zoom in too close, Robert. We don't want to lose our PG rating.
I mean, you're right.
Yeah,
it's so uncomfortable. That's your ESPN in 2025, guys. That's it right there in a nutshell. It's style over substance. That's it. It's superficial bullshit. Style over substance. And unfortunately, I feel like that's going on. That's a prevalent thing that's happening everywhere in music and in movies and in TV, streaming, sports coverage, ESPN. It's a lot of style over substance, man. People don't actually bring any fucking thing to the table like those two airheads. And by the way, to the guy who wrote in the comment on my tweet when I wrote that, this guy goes, well, they actually have good chemistry. I told the guy, DM that man, and I said, kill yourself.
Dave,
and it just becomes a Fisher King type of deal where I've encouraged suicide. Again, I'll take the heat.
Yeah, I believe they call it the cult. Oh, I'm sorry, Robert. Please go right ahead.
No, I was just gonna point out. Kirkland Red says those are the East Coast guys from ESPN that are doing the feminine things in the picture.
They're from Virginia. I gave you Northeast Virginia. You might as well call it fucking Toledo, Ohio South. It's got the same exact non-existent personality. No, Virginia, do not count, bro. Northeast is specifically what the Dave man said. And he specifically went to New York, Philly, and Boston. Joe Buck and Brian Windhorst hate anyone New York, Philly, and Boston because of the edge. But Virginia is not Northeast, sirs. No, sirs. No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you could address the criticism because you're the sports master.
I looked up where that one, where the white guy was from. I couldn't find anything about the other guy, who might be white as well. I can't tell. But the point is, I looked up the little guy getting the actual makeup applied, with the eyes, like, I'm gonna meet you at Georgie's in Asbury Park for cocktails at 5 p.m. And I know that's a very local joke, but, some Jersey Shore people and Carl Kraft from 95.9 The Rat know exactly what that means.
And Karl-Anthony Towns.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not saying. I don't care. I don't judge. I'm just saying. Carl Kraft has the happy hour menu memorized. Okay.
Ouch, David.
And if he's not sucking down drinks, he's sucking down something else in the bathroom. Okay, now.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding. These are jokes. Come on, man.
I guess no plans of rehiring you there, huh, David?
I took care of that myself. The typical East Side Dave burning bridges meltdown commenced when I emailed lots of, you know what, you guys all deserve to die type of text messages.
Oh, boy.
Now, what's that, Robert?
I did have one more sports story that actually was men being manly that I thought you might appreciate.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So as you said, Anthony Edwards now finds himself in the Western Conference Finals, and he also found himself recently in court for a child support case.
Wow.
And he did something unprecedented where he, instead of paying over 18 years, just went, give me a number, and wrote a lump sum check. And the court approved it, so he wrote one check, has nothing to do with that kid the rest of his life. And as a result, reports are coming out this morning, Rudy Gobert kicked out his wife and 1-year-old son of his apartment and is planning to do the exact same thing.
That's a joke, though, the Gobert thing.
No, Gobert kicked his wife and 1-year-old son out of the apartment this morning.
The Gobert thing real? I thought that was a crazy Robert little.
No, it's all over the internet.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Now I respect Anthony Edwards. I guess I don't know. I don't want to comment on that. I mean, wouldn't he maybe he wouldn't be curious about the child? I think it's okay with that lump sum thing you're talking about, but wouldn't he maybe be curious about who the child is? By the way, this does no favors for the fact that people think that Anthony Edwards is actually Michael Jordan's real-life bastard child.
Yes,
Anthony Edwards, Roy, looks exactly like Jordan, like young Michael Jordan. And he plays, I mean, on the court specifically, but even in his face, there's a big resemblance of Michael Jordan. But on the basketball court, I swear to God, it's like watching Jordan again. I mean, he literally moves the same way. Like, you're a musician, Roy. Is there like a guitarist who you go, holy cow, this guitarist is like the new embodiment of such and such guitarist from years ago?
Well, I mean, think about guitar. There aren't too many famous guitar players coming out these days, David. They're
That's
not,
true.
they're not. It's like, now if you ask me a famous synthesist,
Go ahead.
synthesizer player or a DJ, yeah, I could name a few, but guitar players, that's a tough one. I think the guy from Greta Van Fleet thinks he's Jimmy Page, but
there you go.
He's the closest.
Yeah. You go, the guy from Greta Van Fleet with the Jimmy Page. And I'll tell you what, the lead singer has got a Robert Plant issue. That's why they're like Led Zeppelin Part 2.
Yeah, exactly. Led Zeppelin 1.1.
The thing that sucks about Greta Van Fleet is their songs are good, and you're like, I wish you guys weren't such a Zeppelin ripoff, because actually your songs are good.
Yeah.
It's just, the lack of originality is kind of appalling. Like,
God, I mean, at least it's a shame that there's no Pearl Jam ripoffs or anything like that coming out.
There were. It was called Creed. They came out 25 years ago.
Oh, I don't equate the two of those bands together whatsoever.
You don't think Creed? You didn't think Creed was a Pearl Jam ripoff with Scott Stepp? With those what appear with their
No, they just didn't have the rock and rollness to it. They were more pop, more radio.
I'm not saying they didn't suck. And Roy saying they're more pop is basically Roy saying they suck. So I'll translate for Roy for you. No, but I'm saying Scott Stapp seemed very influenced by Eddie Vedder. A lot of lead singers did. The guy from
I mean, back then they all had that, that Chewbacca, Eddie Vedder drawl, whatever you call it.
Influenced at all.
But what always drives me insane is that people are like Eddie was original, and then he spawned a lot of spinoffs, and then people would make fun of that singing style. And I'm like, well, Eddie's is authentic, and he doesn't do it as thick as Scott Stapp, in my opinion.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a shame there's no Chris Cornell ripoffs. That would be nice to hear a voice like that.
I'll tell you what, if we glue some hair on Robert, he's got like a Chris Cornell look right to him right now, right?
Kind of does,
kind of going through all my looks. A lot of people are saying what I look like in the chat today. One person said I look like Andrew Tate. I replied a little more like Andrew Taint.
Andrew Tate is some sort of man. He's all about the men, right? Yeah. I don't really know a lot about him, but I see him on the Twitter.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, and what else? What else do you look like? I also think you have a Salman Rushdie or Stanley Kubrick type of look.
Oh, for sure.
I could definitely see those. Kool-Ader says I look like Scorch today.
Okay.
But I got to tell you guys, I told you I'm in Key West, and I've been spending a lot of time down here. And do you know which famous author was from Key West?
Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway.
Great call, Roy.
Was actually at the gym when I saw this image and feel like it's a pretty good comparison as well.
Oh, there you go.
Is that Hemingway behind you in the
that
picture?
Is Hemingway behind me. If I could just grow hair, I could pretty much move down here and just be an impressionist.
You know what? You could pull off a Hemingway. Now, you got to make that beard white, though.
I was going to go maybe like a young Hemingway.
Oh, right. Yeah, he was young. Because I was going to say everything else, Robert, would fit the old guy.
Which is a shame, because really from here up and from here down, I have hit the age thing perfectly. It's just
technically you should call yourself young old Hemingway.
Young old Hemingway.
You're old Hemingway if he was young. But again, but still maintain the old Hemingway look. Because I think as a young man, he was supposed to be like a dashing guy with hair and a mustache and stuff.
Well, I can't.
You got the old Hemingway.
I like the new look, Robert. All you need is some jewelry to kind of complete the look. Something gold around your neck would really sell you to the the community down there.
Tell you the what? Tell you the.
What figurine were you envisioning hanging around the gold necklace? Was it perhaps a star of some sort?
Robert, you go for a 1993 Razor Ramon look. Gold. All right, now listen. We gotta get to baseball for a second, because Yankees Mets took place Friday night, Saturday, and Game 3, the rubber match. Yankees won on Friday, Mets won on Saturday. Rubber match is tonight, ESPN, 7 p.m. Eastern. And Aaron Judge is the greatest baseball player I've ever seen. Ever. There you go.
Strong words.
The only hitter I saw dominate baseball like this is Barry Bonds, steroided up Barry Bonds was this phenomenal. Judge isn't. They have random testing, strict testing, all year steroid testing with baseball. Judge is clean. He's just a 6'9" baseball machine. I mean, it's unbelievable. But having said that, I think it's time to evaluate and assess our boy, Brian Cashman. Because right now, I'm starting to get a little pissed again. Okay, Brian Cashman brought in Paul Goldschmidt. He's hitting like 340 something. Phenomenal. The Goldschmidt deal, phenomenal. Cody Bellinger, the jury's out. He's currently on a 12-game hitting streak, so he is hitting well right now. Yesterday, he had 3 hits and a home run. But it's out because he's hitting around 250. Let's see what his thing is. But Devin Williams, the closer, sucked so bad, he had to get removed as a closer. And they put back Luke Weaver. Don't know why they didn't keep Luke Weaver as the closer in the first place, since he was brilliant last year and including in the postseason. Cashman let Gleyber Torres walk. Then our second baseman, Jazz Chisholm, gets hurt. He's out for 6 weeks. And right now, Gleyber Torres, who you guys know I always liked, and I always called clutch, and I always said, why don't they bring – and he loves being a Yankee. And when guys love being a Yankee, they show up in October. It's what they do. Well, guess what? They let Gleyber Torres walk to the Detroit Tigers for peanuts. He's hitting 300 right now, folks, with 5 home runs. He's playing great. So that's another strike against him. Our third base situation was terrible. And then I don't know if you saw, but Oswaldo Cabrera broke his leg. His leg bent the other way.
Ouch.
It was a play at home. The catcher wasn't going to get him. He ran past home plate, so he went to stop. And it was like the top half of his left leg went one way, and the bottom half of his left leg went another way. And it was on backwards.
Ow.
His foot and bottom half of his leg looked like an action figure that you just turn the leg backwards.
Yeah.
It was disturbing, bro.
Oh, man.
Now, but the third base position hasn't been anything to write home about. 3 years ago, there was every Major League All-Star shortstop available via free agency. We went after nothing. I mean, none of them. And right now, let's be honest, Anthony Volpe is mid at best and maybe getting worse. He's in year 3. He's just a perpetual 220 hitter who's just overswings all the time. And this season, his defense hasn't been great. So I don't know what you're getting out of Volpe. We lost Soto. Our bullpen's been pretty shaky, except for Weaver. Cruz has been okay. But so far, you look at the Yankees and you go, no. You know what Brian Cashman has been successful with? Okay, Goldschmidt, signing of Max Fried. Is that it? I mean, that's it. So I don't get how the hell this guy is going to just keep his job until the end of time. But guess what, Yankee fans? He is. Because you know what I was watching yesterday? on the Yes Network. A little Yankee coverage until they said after the game, we have a special new show hosted by Brian Cashman's daughter, Gracie.
Oh, he's dug in deep now.
Yeah, the general manager's daughter has a show on the Yes Network. They're never going to fire this guy now. He's practically an adopted son of the Steinbrenner family.
Yeah, he's dug in deep, buddy.
What don't they understand? How is this guy been allowed to just put himself? It's like talented Mr. Ripley, and he's Matt Damon. He's fucking put himself the goddamn Steinbrenners.
He must have some dirt on Steinbrenner.
He has to.
Absolutely, yeah. I can't think of any other reason.
The Yankees were known they were famous for firing managers and general managers all the time. Brian Cashman's had the job for 27 years.
Wow. You would think that there'd be some other guys that would be capable of it.
There's a guy in the organization, Brian Sabean, as the general manager of the San Francisco Giants. He won the World Series in 2010, 12, and 14. This guy's been an architect of 3 World Series teams, and we're not talking from 100 years ago. We're talking since 2010. He's working for the Yankees, but he's just in some vague, anonymous special assistant to the Yankees role, Brian Sabean. He could be general manager.
Well,
Damn it, Roy.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like the College of Cardinals. They have a bunch of they got the Pope, which is Cashman, and then they have a bunch of Cardinals that are advising him, and he's just kind of going off what the advisors say. Who knows, You
should keep an eye on which advisors the Yankees move around then when there are complaints, because I got a bad feeling.
It's no good. It's ridiculous. Yeah, no, I'm sure Brian Cashman wants Sabean out because he knows, my God, I got like a fucking big-time general manager here. He's like walking in the hallways. But, I mean, when I see that the Yankees are giving Cashman's daughter a show on the Yes Network, it's like, oh, my God, he really legitimately is like a son to those people. We have heard that Brian Cashman is like a brother to Hal Steinbrenner. I never believed it until this popped up. And I'm like, maybe this is all true. And that means that Cashman will never, ever, ever be fired.
What if she's really like a major critic of the Yankees? Like she just tears apart her dad? Like, what the hell, Dad? There were so many third basemen available and you decided to do nothing?
I have to tell you, I think the general manager of the Yankees should be fired.
There's this catchy too.
And yes, I do sound a little bit like Christopher Mad Dog Russo. Hello, I'm Gracie Cashman, but some people confuse me for Mad Dog. And good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? All right. Anyway, so that's the Yankees. But the Yankees-Mets Game 3 rubber matches tonight on ESPN, 7 p.m. Eastern. The dogs are here, Roy. You want to say hello?
Hey. Who's that? Enzo over there?
That's Sonny. Enzo's right there.
There's Enzo.
Yeah. Sonny's up here. But Sonny won't leave me alone right now. He gets very attached sometimes, and it's too much, Roy. It's just too much. It's just too much,
buddy.
It's just too much, I said. So okay. Now, Roy.
Yes,
you
buddy.
Familiar with the Chicago Bears?
The football team. Yes. Yes, I am familiar, David.
Well done.
Mike Ditka was the head coach of them.
Excellent. Continue. Now I want to hear more Chicago Bear factoids from Roy Harter, the apprentice of the sportsmaster.
Well, they originally got their name the Bears because the bear is the Chicago national animal.
That's true.
How could anything be a city national?
Well, there
Chicago national animal.
And that concludes my my knowledge of the Bears, David.
I've got one. Karl-Anthony Towns actually wanted to be traded to Chicago Bulls until he found out Bears was the football team, not just all the gay men he could hang out with.
All right. Enough. Now, Caleb Williams is the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. he's releasing a new book. And in that book, he says, I tried like hell not to get drafted by the Chicago Bears. That the Chicago Bears are quarterback killers. That the Chicago Bears is a loser franchise. And that he even was considering avoiding the NFL draft entirely.
Oh, wow.
To not go to the Chicago Bears. Well, guess what? He has now been drafted, and he's going into just year 2. This was his rookie season. And now heading into year 2, he's got all this shit hanging over his head. And quite frankly, he didn't have a good rookie season. Not to compare to Jaden Daniels of Washington.
Okay.
Caleb Williams was very, very mid. And so he's got to go into training camp with all of that pressure, combined with a book where he basically destroys the Chicago Bears. What's the deal here?
That's karma, buddy. That's how it works.
Right?
That's why I know you'll be back on Sirius XM hosting a show with Opie. It all comes around.
Have you tuned in to you and I get the 770 ABC? Have you tuned into Anthony Cumia's show?
I've watched some clips. I haven't actually tuned into the show itself, but I've been watching some clips. Yeah, it's great. I love Anthony.
I said, if your show goes full time, I said, you consider me for a producer. I said, but even if you don't, I said, if you make Eric Nagel your producer, he will sync your show. It will be the biggest troll. I actually think Eric is literally trolling Opie and Anthony. Again, Eric was put in after Steve Carlisi left. Eric put in charge of O&A. O&A split up. Opie gets a show. Eric is in charge of Opie's show. Opie's show gets fired. Opie gets fired. Eric then goes from there to run Compound Media. The second he takes over, everything declined, and Compound Media is no more.
It's all Eric's fault.
He has literally torpedoed every O&A project he's on. It has to be sabotage. I'll give Eric credit if he goes, yep. I decided to fucking, I didn't like the fact that they called me chubby or called me a sex bagel, so I trolled them by literally sinking every project that they've done. Because it's too much of a coincidence, is it not?
It's pretty. I've never thought of it quite like that, David.
He was in charge of the O&A. Boom, the show once he gets in charge, the show breaks up, show's gone. He's in charge of Opie. Boom, Opie gets fired, show gone. Charge of Compound Media, Anthony's thing. Boom, and the whole thing fucking goes under.
I read somewhere that he had control of the O&A archives and he refused to give it up to Sirius XM, which I thought was pretty ballsy move. But hey,
Well, what are they going to do?
Exactly. I mean, he's got him by the balls,
This is crazy, but I also heard he recently took over as air traffic controller at the Newark airport.
Uh-oh. One after another. But I hope he's doing well. This wasn't actually shitting on E-Rock. I've decided.
No, I love E-Rock too.
Maybe he's doing it on purpose. So if he is, congratulations. Because it has to be him doing it on purpose.
The old Jar Jar Binks theory. The only way he could be that retarded is if he's secretly a Jedi Master.
There's some similarities, is all I'll say. The Preakness was yesterday. Journalism won, Roy.
Okay.
Now, doesn't win in Saudi Arabia, I can tell you that much. Hello!
Oh.
But journalism won the Preakness. Here's my issue, and me and Stanley Mac watched it. We watch all the Triple Crowns, and we go, what the deal, yo? Because we watched the Kentucky Derby a couple weeks ago. You know me, Roy. I like the ponies.
Yeah.
That's the one thing Chris Pepper, Stanley, and I have in common. Okay?
Do you have money to bet on the ponies, or you just watch the ponies?
No, I have bet, yes. Right now, with when money times are tight, no. But I still enjoy the sport of horse racing. Yeah. I love the coverage on NBC with Mike Tirico and stuff.
Okay. So you don't have a problem like Chris does. That's okay.
No, yeah, no. He's a gambling degenerate. I actually appreciate the sport. Since I was a kid, we have Monmouth Park in New Jersey close by, and it's a great place to spend the day. It really is. It's a fun place to walk around. You watch the horse races. It's great. But here's the issue. Sovereignty, a horse named Sovereignty.
Yeah.
Okay, won the Kentucky Derby, and they didn't race him. They didn't race him. They kept him out of the Preakness. Now, I know that this happens from time to time. They got to cut this. This has to be a new rule. You win the Kentucky Derby, you have to race in the Preakness. And if you win that, then you have to race in the Belmont. Because people want to see, horses go for the Triple Crown. That's part of the fun.
Of course. Now, let me ask you this. What was the reasoning behind it? Surely they would have...
they said they're going to rest the horse and race it in Belmont. And
what do you mean rest the horse? The horse runs...
If Seabiscuit if Secretariat had that attitude, we wouldn't have gotten that horse.
Yeah.
Horse's a legendary performance in all 3 races. So come on, man. I don't like it. You win the Kentucky Derby, get your ass in the Preakness. All right? And if you win that, you're going to Belmont. I don't care what happens. Okay?
Those horse owners are quite the characters. There's a show on Netflix or I forgot what channel it's on, but they follow the owners of all those horses, and they're quite a bunch of characters, David. I think you'd enjoy the show.
I think I may have seen some of this. Did it have Bob Baffert, the really white-haired guy who wears sunglasses, has kind of like a Phil Donahue type of...
maybe, yeah. I mean, I only saw one episode, but it's really extreme wealth and extreme extravagance. These guys they're all trying to outdo one another, and there's all kinds of politics behind the scenes of why they pull pranks like this, withholding horses, and it's a lot of stuff that I never even realized occurred. Those winning horses. I mean, they're worth more in as far as their breeding rights than they are in their actual winnings. It's
Oh yeah. You put those babies out to stud, you've got a gold mine.
Yeah,
100%. Yes. You're the whole thing is make sure that horse is healthy, and then put him out to stud. So maybe they thought that this horse couldn't recoup in time, and they were worried about injury. And then if they lose a Kentucky Derby champion to an injury in Preakness, they can't put him out to stud. I don't know why they have to kill them. I've always been like, with all the medicine and technology that we have, they can't figure out a way to fix the horse's leg. I'm saying maybe the horse probably doesn't race anymore. Yeah. But they can't just fix the horse's leg and let the horse run out in the forest.
When the horse has like a major injury like that, and it can't be the stud it used to be, or like necessarily bring to the farm what it used to, like the fun jingles or anything. Sometimes you just got to put it down, Dave. You're doing it a favor.
That is fucking wrong. I want the horse released in a goddamn forest where horses belong.
Yeah, or let him give pony rides at the carnival or something like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Watch him take off, start doing a quarter mile at like 9 seconds.
It's interesting, the 2 points of view from the Dave Man and Roy. I went with freedom. Roy instantly wanted to make the horse an indentured servant.
Yeah. I was trying to make a metaphor about Roy that nobody picked up on, so that's the fun part.
Yeah, put him on the train and gas him.
No, Roy, I know you're on drugs, so we're gonna finish the show with a fun little game.
Oh, I love fun little games.
Yes, I know you love games and you love drugs, and you're one of the great performers of when on drugs, except when you smoke marijuana and then are not allowed to get any more hits, because then an hour into the show, Roy turns grumpy.
That's true. Yes, the effects wear off, and yes,
Now here's the game, Roy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you basically a couple sentences of a clue. You're gonna tell me who the athlete is. Every single one of these athletes has had a history with drugs, just like you.
Okay, I mean,
all right. I think this is something, and here's the deal: you got to get 3 to win.
Okay, all right. Out of how many?
3 to win, and I'll give you. I have a limited amount of guys, so if I run out of guys, I don't know. I didn't number them like an idiot. So if I run out of guys, you lose.
Okay.
If you get 3, you win. All right.
Okay.
All right. This 8-time Olympic gold medalist has not only plunged into water, but also into drugs, losing his Kellogg's endorsement in 2009 after a photo emerged of him taking a hit of marijuana?
I know this one, David. Michael Phelps, the
Boom!
Olympic swimmer. Yes, I do know this one. Okay.
Right.
I may have a
Harter.
shot here.
All right. This is one of Davey Mac's personal favorites. Known for keeping the San Diego Padres hitless one 1970 afternoon. This pitcher admitted to taking LSD on the day he threw a no-hitter. He even thought he was pitching to Jimi Hendrix, who was prepared to hit the ball with his guitar. Again, a personal favorite of mine. I love this dude.
You know, it's crazy because I watched a documentary on this guy, but here's the problem, David. I can't remember his name, but I could describe him to you. He was a black man with he wore a baseball.
Got it. Come on. Get the name.
When you hurt your neck, who'd you have to see, Roy?
The chiropractor.
A more general term for a chiropractor.
Doc Watson.
This guy's an Australian radio DJ, Jason.
He's a fighter too.
Yes, Jason.
A lot of tattoos. I could see the guy in my head. He's gay as well. I don't mean as well. I just mean, you know. Oh man!
Now I've just given him two stumpers instead of trying to help him out.
Now
we're trying to look up Australian radio DJ Jason.
Oh man, Nemitz. Jason.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry too,
The radio
David.
guy was Jason Ellis. The baseball player was Doc Ellis.
Doc
you
Ellis.
Not get the credit for that.
God damn it! Oh, please don't give me the
Horrible
credit.
job.
Terrible. I'm embarrassed.
Terrible. Embarrassing. This 4-time World Series champion tainted his resume with cocaine, crack, and alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
And oftentimes links it with Keith Hernandez getting him started on coke in the 80s.
Dwight Gooden.
Also appeared on Celebrity Apprentice. Who is he?
Is it Dwight Gooden, David?
No, Jesus.
No? Darryl Strawberry. How about that one?
I'm going to give it to him. I was right about, I even said Darryl, but the way he said Darryl Strawberry, kind of said, we said it simultaneously. That's your second correct one. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, that's about it for me, Dave.
No.
Okay.
NFL running back who was really, really good. Unfortunately, busted for 4 times for marijuana abuse and violated the marijuana and substance abuse policy. Eventually retired from the NFL because he wanted to keep smoking up. Any idea? Dreads. Played for the New Orleans Saints.
Oh my God.
And Miami Dolphins.
Oh, that's I'm throwing that one. Is there are there any clues I could use? Is there a lifeline I could reach out for, or?
Yeah, you can use Robert as a lifeline.
Robert, give me, what does his name rhyme with?
Mickey Dilliams.
Oh, Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams, you got it, Roy. You got it. And Roy wins. I can't believe it. I can't believe you won the game, Roy.
Me neither, David. It makes
How do
two of
you
us.
feel today, pal? You're the champion, and you're going places. How do you
Yeah, I'm feeling good, David. Feeling good. Another 2 weeks, actually just under 3 weeks left to go, and I'm going to be back to normal, buddy. And I'll be a real champion.
As I mentioned to you off the air, if you have a surplus of oxycodone and Percocet, please send that to the Dave man.
Yes.
I'm going to need something to get through this Knicks Eastern Conference Finals. I'll tell you right
How
now.
long does the conference go for, out of curiosity?
Well, it's 4 out of 7 games, right?
No, I know that. I'm just saying, what's the time length? Like, is it within a week? Is it within
about
a month?
every day? No, it's every other day. So if they had, let's just say, I don't know exactly when it's starting. I think it's starting on Tuesday when the series starts. But usually that would mean like Tuesday and Thursday. You know what I mean?
I got you.
And then maybe they take the weekend off, maybe, or they just go Sunday.
Okay.
But, you know.
All right. So we'll be talking about this again.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. Come on.
Okay.
So
it's going to be real fun, Roy, when Dave's sad. And we all have to be like, we warned you.
I know. This can't happen again. This can't happen. And I hope my goddamn computer isn't on the fritz, because now I realize, how am I going to upload this shit? Well, no, actually, the computer, since I sat down over here, has been working.
Well, I do have to warn you, Dave. Reports are Karl-Anthony Towns is not nearly excited to box out Pascal Siakam since he's French and not circumcised. Something that makes him feel less inclined to box out.
All right. Roy, he's got a lot of jokes at Karl-Anthony Towns, but that big man has played well. He has given them what they need. Listen, what we need from him is 20 and 10 every single night. And some nights we need 25 and 12. That's all. That's the only thing that's happening. Now, before we get out, would you like a little tour of, the house at all? Because I just saw someone looking into my windows.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And now Sonny's going to check them. Sonny, did you see who that person was? Sonny, did you see them? So, Roy, I might be dealing with someone who's trying to break into my house, so I should probably go. But here's the tour. Isn't that great? Isn't this fun? There's the tour.
Yeah, beautiful.
There it is. There's the whole house. Okay, these dogs have to go outside. I have a busy day. By the way, it is Stanley Mac's birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday, Stanley Mac.
There you go. There it is.
That's
Happy
lovely.
birthday to Stanley Mac, of course. He got a little video game, and my mom got him a nice blue polo shirt. Okay?
Wonderful. Awesome.
Right.
How old is the boy now?
16.
Oh, boy. Great age, man. Great age.
Great age? 16?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for him, not for you, buddy. He's going to hate you soon.
Pain in the ass. No, it's we're good. The teachers might be a different story. The teachers.
Yeah.
All right, listen, guys.
Got to rebel against something, right?
I know we had to scramble because my computer went down, but hey, I was ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to rock and roll because of the New York Knicks, my friends. I got Yankees Mets tonight, but the Knicks Eastern Conference Finals. Let's go. Let's do it. And that will end it. Roy Harter, anything you'd like to plug?
Nothing at all, David. Nothing at all, buddy. I'm laying low. I got nothing to plug. Yeah, I'm going to plug Bobby's gig down in Key West. Go check out Bobby Tamburro, Key West comedy.
There you
Opening
go.
up for Aaron Berg tonight and tomorrow night.
Just
the whole
tonight.
goddamn week.
Just tonight.
Just
Percocet.
Just tonight. So you better get there soon before tickets sell out. Yep.
Robert, anything you'd like to promote since Roy just did it already?
I mean, Roy kind of nailed that one. But Thursday, I think I'll be in Ocean City at the Green Turtle if you want to see me. So,
excellent. All right. Well, Yaddle Chattel fans, look out for Yaddle Chattel. I'm going to do it later today. Also, the Big Ass Bash, Tales from the Satellite episode hits YouTube tomorrow at 9 a.m. Robert and I do the Tales from Satellite on patreon.com/EastsideDave, and you sign up there to get the episodes a month in advance before the YouTube audience. You get them a whole month in advance. But having said that, you want to watch this if you see it tomorrow, because we found a whole bunch of fan footage and we synced it up to the audio. So in other words, with like the Midnight Rider versus Eastside Dave, you're actually going to see huge chunks, not every second, but huge chunks of that match. Anthony performs a song. Don Cumia performs a song. Earl Douglas performs a song. We have, again, the year 2008 shitty cell phone fan footage, but it's pretty awesome because the audio is high quality. All right. So high quality audio, but really cool, fun, 2000-aught fan footage. So Tales from the Satellite, that hits the YouTube tomorrow, the Big Ass Bash episode. Robert and I will probably be doing another one at some point on the Patreon sometime soon, but we'll talk about that later, Robert. And that's it. That'll do it. Go New York, go, baby. It's the Knicks time, Daddy. It's the New York Knicks basketball time, Daddy. And we're going to win it all, baby. And for Roy Harter, for Bobby Tamburro, my name is Eastside David. Good night, everybody.